Hi guys, it's Mark from Burton Bibles. Well, some of you will know that in my previous video overview I was dealt a crushing blow because the Thompson Chain Reference Bible that I had arrive was just subpar, and I just wasn't impressed with this latest iteration at all. Interesting to note that I did check the inside cover and it was copyrighted 2007. So it was the very latest printing, the 2010 print run, I believe, and I was just not impressed, and that Bible will not be staying as a treasured part of my collection, and I won't be retailing it either because it just wasn't up to standard. I showed you two Bibles that I'd had which had really impressed me, and we're going to take a look at this one today. This is the King James Version Know the Word Study Bible from Thomas Nelson. It is a KJV, it's a standard print, has the lay flat spine that Thomas Nelson go on about all the time. Sometimes it's a bit hit and miss, but nevertheless, this is a great study Bible. There's a sample of the text there, and there is your ISBN. This is a $50 Bible. It retails for £35 in the UK. So it's a very reasonable Bible. This is in the brown leather soft that you can see here. We'll take a look at that in a moment. I will probably be retailing either this version or the genuine leather version. The genuine leather version retails for about £60, and that is a black genuine leather, probably very similar, if not identical, to the KJV Study Bible that we looked at a week or two ago, and I was very impressed with the genuine leather there. Take a leaf. Kirkbride, I would say. So this Bible is guaranteed for life, and I've got no reason to doubt that. They seem very well put together. I've never had to test the warranty though. And this study Bible is going to bring to us a number of things. Let's take a look at the Bible in this case. First of all, let's take a look at this imitation leather. Wow, I've been massively impressed with the imitation leathers from Thomas Nelson, and this one is certainly no exception. The gilding is lovely, really evenly applied, nice gilding. The cover is this lovely chestnut sort of coloured brown. It's got a shine to it. It just looks lovely. This gilt is actually, it's either raised or indented. I can't be sure which, but you can certainly feel it when you rub your fingers over it. And it's got this to match sort of a gold coloured perimeter stitching, which again just sets this Bible off. It's an eye-popping, eye-catching Bible, and I'm no big fan of ribbons, but this sort of bronze coloured ribbon is just stunning with this cover. Really attractive spine, no hubs or ribs. These are just tooled in and applied with gold, but you can just see, I'm hoping, from looking at this cover in some detail and close-up, that this is a really attractive, there's the ISBN again, really attractive edition of the Know the Word Study Bible. So let's take a look at it. It is going to be, I do like the colour of this liner, but it is a fairly cheap paste down liner, but we'll forgive them for that for the cost of this Bible. Remember, this is a £35 Bible. So we're going to get an intro. There's a table of contents. This is a brand new Bible. It's copyright 2017. So this only just came out last year. So bear that in mind. It is printed in China, but as I've seen with a lot of Thomas Nelson Bibles that are printed in China, the print quality is pretty good. Now, all we've got, it's a very simple Bible. There's not the sort of reams and reams that you find in the Nelson Study Bible. Let's just set that down a little bit, just so we can see. Topic by topic articles, and we'll come to the articles in a moment, but they are arranged in topics there. There is a foreword to the Bible which tells you a little bit about this particular edition, and basically the pretext of this Bible is that it has three different ways. It shows you three different ways to study the Word of God. You can do it book by book, and what it means by that is with every book, and let's look at Genesis as an example, there's going to be a book introduction that you can see here. It's going to have study the book highlights, and it's going to, throughout the book of Genesis, bring out, usually indicated by these brown things, these are study the book. So these are articles that basically give you insight into the book of Genesis. Okay, as distinct from some of the other boxes and sidebars that you can see here and the footnotes. If you're going to study the book and follow that sort of methodology, you're looking at these articles and the book introductions. Okay, so throughout the book of Genesis, you're going to get these study the book articles. Here's one on our world becomes bent. So this is describing the fall. And throughout Genesis, you're going to get this, Noah walks with God. And you will notice that at the beginning of Genesis, we had the summary, the highlights, if you like, of the book of Genesis. Let's just find that page again. So here you have them listed. God declares everything good, our world becomes bent, Noah walks with God. So those articles are all summarised at the beginning of the book as well. So that helps to keep you track of it. And as I said, you get a summary and a guide on how to study Genesis. Perhaps a bit different from the usual breakdown that we've been used to seeing in the King James Version Study Bible, for example. That was a lot more thorough and broke everything down. And again, for Exodus, you're going to get the same thing. A summary, how to study it, the study the book's highlights, and then throughout the book, you're going to get these study the book little articles. And these are actually really good. I like these. There is a little thing in the corner here which says more insight, and it will give you a little bit more meat on that, and then it will point you to the previous study the book footnote and the next study the book footnote. Okay, so that's useful as well if you're picking up on that system. There is another system employed which is verse by verse, and this takes the form of footnotes at the bottom of the page. So here we have some here. And this highlights certain verses and just brings out a little bit of commentary, which is fairly simple, fairly safe, fairly sound, conservative sort of Christian doctrine that it brings out there. So it can usually be like word meanings that are elaborated upon. So there's an example of the verse by verse, if you like, method of study. So I like that as well. This is giving you another thing. So you've got the book articles, you've got the book introduction, you've got the verse by verse sort of analysis there. And then the third thing that they list is what is known as the topic by topic. Sorry, just closing on that. So that means that you can explore these topics that are listed. Here are the topics that were summarised for us at the beginning. And so when we go into Genesis, we will see the first couple of topics here. Here we have God the Father. So there is a topic there for you. And it's note number 2 within that topic of God the Father. God is all-powerful. And then we turn the page and there is another note, God the Holy Spirit. We have a note on people. And then we have these notes brought out for us in the text here. So that's really useful study as well. The print in this Bible is fantastic. I'm not too sure what point it is, but it looks like an 8 or a 9 point font. It doesn't look to list that on the website. But it is a red letter edition as well. There's nothing between the Testaments. I don't think there is anyway. Let me just check this version, because I did have the other Bible that I was looking at the same time. Yes, it does actually summarise very briefly over 1 or 2 pages what happened between the Testaments. And then we're into the book of Matthew, and again we have that summary, the highlights, we have the study the book articles, we have the verse by verse notes in the footer, and then we have periodically scattered throughout, we have those topics that you can look into. For example, here is this one, Fight Temptations. It is a red letter. Let's look at the red letter there. It seems a bit fainter, this one. It's not quite as bold, but you can make of that what you will. But the text is nicely arranged. We do have these headings, so that helps to break the chapter down. There is no chapter breakdown, you see, but it certainly helps to demarcate different sections of the chapter. We don't have running headings along the top, but we do have the page number and the particular reference and point in the scriptures that we're at. So the print reads really well. The opacity of the paper is again impressive. Again, take a note, other publishers, this is really good print. A Bible that's printed and produced in China, but that seems to have come out so well. You do have these heavier sections, you know, where it shows through the page a little, but only a little, and it's not affecting the reading of the word. And I do love this colour. This is I don't know if this is specific to the brown colour one, but the highlights are, it's sort of two-tone. You've got this nice sort of dark bronze browny colour here, and then you've got the grey, and it just sets it off really well. Perhaps it's a more masculine Bible, I don't know, because of that, but it's certainly beautiful, and you can get it in different coverings, which probably bring a different, you know, set of colours, a colour to the palette. We do have tables of weights and measures, and we do have a half-decent concordance in the back as well, which is reasonable. And then we have some fairly standard maps in the back there, which are, of course, Zondervan maps, Zondervan and Nelson being owned by the same company now. So it is a lovely Bible. I'm really impressed with it. It's kind of a more portable carry-around version, if you like, of the KJV Study Bible. That Bible has so much in it, and it is quite big and bulky, but it is a fantastic Bible if you're looking for a sort of complete study Bible. But this is perhaps more for somebody who wants to take something to the meeting and they want a nice clear text again. Perhaps they don't want it as full of study helps. They want something that's more, you know, focusing on the text, but with some really nice, helpful insights. This is probably more in keeping with the old KJV Study Bible, where there was less going on in it, in that two-tone colour scheme. But this is really, really nice, and I do highly recommend it. I think we will probably be retailing this as a smaller, you know, study Bible, but that's certainly one to check out. That's the King James Version Know the Word Study Bible. This Bible is also available in genuine leather. As I've said, there's an indexed version and a non-indexed version, and there is also a range of other imitation leathers, and as you can see, these imitation leathers are very decent and very attractive. So check it out, and hopefully you found that review and overview interesting and beneficial to you. God bless. We'll catch up on another video soon.